welcome back to the Schmitter 100 Acre Woods. So in the evenings, I haven't been recording all of it, but I think I did the first video, which is basically the log that was like poplar. We changed it into 2x4s. Starting getting a little bit of inventory, just of some construction wood. We don't have a lot of pine around here of any size, so we ended up using that wood to kind of create some 2x4s. But basically what I'm showing is we're working on getting our kind of the mess, honestly, that we had going here cleaned up. So we had several logs here. We had some walnut, beech, um, some hickory, red oak, and we still have a couple pieces of cherry here that we're looking at. We're probably going to cut them, see if they're still good inside. Some of them have holes. I think I've showed that before, but we'll get it out of here. And what we're trying to do is just get this all cleaned up. So have some rounds that will be firewood, put them over at the firewood yard, and get this kind of cleaned up, get it mowed down. And what we're trying to do is take some of the dirt that's over here and over there. So that's all stuff that we took off from behind the saw shack whenever we added on for wood storage. And just past here, it starts to drop off. So we want to take that dirt, level it up a little bit, and move kind of our entire wood yard back a little bit. Get this area cleaned up and kind of create a little bit more space that way. Get some of this away from right at the drive and get it moved back. So to do that, we need to kind of get some of what we had cleaned up, or we wanted to go ahead and just mill it up instead of moving it to move it. So that's what we've been working on. So you can see we've been taking, a lot of the stuff is dead enough that we've been just taking the bark off here. So we'll do the same thing with that cherry there. It's starting to lose its bark, so we'll get it, cut the ends off, see if it's still good. It's been down for probably going on 3 years now, so not 100% sure about that one. We'll have to play it by ear and see if it's worth milling up, or if it's something we're just gonna either change in the firewood, or if it's even past that. So still waiting on that one. We'll have to work on it later. Gotten everything else cleaned up, and I'll show you behind the saw shack what we've been working on and what we got going back there. Alright, so it's not 100% cleaned up back here, but here's what we've been working on. So, as mentioned, we have the walnut at the bottom. Kind of been marking these. I'm going to get some NFC tags put on here just so we can kind of keep labeled, but he's been writing on them. So we have walnut, have that beech, hickory, and then we have the red oak up here. So this is kind of what we've been getting accomplished. I'd have to go through and calculate about how many board feet we got going, but we have several different types here, and been working on getting it. And then behind this that we brought in on the tractor are a couple different stacks of that other wood that we just turned into 2x4s. And then if you watch that video, there's a couple of 1x in there too. So we have those that we have been working on. So have a fair amount of wood here. This we've just been moving in by hand and stacking it, and then I still need to strap this top one. I got the other one strapped, still need to do this red oak on top. I just got it done last night. Had a couple more boards there that we worked on, or a couple more logs that we turned into boards, so I have that all wrapped up now. So it's been working out fairly well. We've been we had all these stickers that we made up. Storing them right here has been easy to stack, and even if we do stuff on the tractor, it's typically right here, so easy access to get that and start working on it. So the other thing we have are the 6x6s. So they are ones that we milled and are going to be for the picnic shelter. So we've just been leaving them here. We need to pick out the straighter ones, save those, And then we decided that, so our posts will be 6x6s, and then most of the other construction will be 4x6s. So we're actually going to take some of the ones that have some curve to them, probably cut them in half, and do 4x6s out of those. Those will be a little bit easier to handle. So, so that's kind of what we got going here. We just need to get them on the mill and saw those down and get those finished. So that's what we've been working on with the mill, and trying to get that area over there cleaned up. So we have all those piles at the 100 acres that we need to work on bringing over, and we'll start sawing up. And it's amazing how quickly this area here has filled up. Just from the in in terms of what we have over at the 100 acres, a small portion of what was over there, how quickly it fills up some of this area. So um, we'll continue to work on that. A lot of at the 100 acres will probably become some kind of construction material, whether it be the picnic shelter or other buildings that we want to build over there. But we'll work on getting it milled up so that it's um, usable. And a lot of it needs to sit for a little while. A lot of the stuff that we've moved over has been sitting for at least a year in log form. So in theory, that's kind of helped it dry. But we have this here, and like all our stickers, we kind of cut long, and so we'll go ahead and we'll probably chop a lot of those off. Or at least the really long ones, and keep some of those long so that we can just add them back to the stack eventually and kind of keep them that length, and keep moving forward that way. So then the other aspect of this is you always have the, I'll say the waste, the slabs that you take off. So this is from the 2 or 3 red oaks that we did last, and you can see it wasn't a very straight log and had a lot of knots and stuff on it, so I ended up with quite a bit of excess on that. So I'll go over and show you the pile we have over in the wood yard over there. So over here, kind of got 2 piles going. So all this stuff here is the relatively new stuff from everything you just saw in the storage. All that is the poplar that was from the chicken coop for the most part. So you notice we've cleaned some of this up if you've kind of been watching along. So I took a dump trailer load to a buddy that can burn this more readily. So I got a lot of that picked up and taken to him, um, and help clean some of this area up. And you can see from even just the relatively small amount that we've been doing, I already have a pile going. So my objective today is to get some of that on the rack, hopefully get a little caught up. I know I'm not going to completely catch up, but get a little bit more of this done, and try to keep this area a little bit cleaner. Again, if you start really milling, then it's easy to get behind. So I don't know what everyone else does with their slab wood. I know a lot of people kind of sell it as is or do something like that. I've been trying to do the bag firewood or firewood in general with it, but it's just really hard to keep up. So the rest of that stuff I'll probably end up still taking to a buddy. We'll go through some of it. So whenever we set up the new log yard over there, one thing that we'd like to do is, instead of having the log sitting directly on the dirt, either sucking up that moisture or just having that, take like this one right here is a prime example, and that one right there is. So take the ones that have a pretty good curve on it, that have a flat bottom, set those on the ground over there, and then put logs on top of those. Gives it that airflow underneath, um, and will hopefully kind of keep them a little bit better. If it's where we get a whole bunch of stuff over, get behind on milling, then kind of utilize that so that we can keep that stuff off the ground and hopefully keep it better. So some of those really big pieces probably safe for that and everything. So that's kind of where we're at with the wood yard. Like I said, I only did the one video milling. Um, with the sawmill, it ends up being a repetitive thing. some people are maybe into it, others not so much. So I did the one video for like the inventory of 2x4s, kind of have a story out of that, but everything else has just been working on the evenings, trying to spend an hour or two getting some of these wrapped up, and we've gotten fairly efficient when both of us are going to where um, in 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the size of the log, we can get a log done. And with our current setup, that done is um, on the mill, milled up, stacked, stickered back behind the building. So um, probably not a great time, but with just the two of us and not having a lot of experience with it, it's not too bad. It's something we can do in the evenings. It doesn't take a whole lot of time, but we can get done. So today, beautiful day out. Um, Starting to warm up. So I had the long sleeve on this morning. It was a little cooler. Starting to warm up. Sun's trying to poke through the clouds. So end up losing it pretty soon. But start getting us on the rack. Get another tote filled up. Once I have that filled, I already have a couple over here that I need to finish splitting and stacking. And then have more totes in the queue ready to go pretty soon. And then while I have the forks on the tractor, I'll get number 22 up there. It's all split and ready to be stuffed in bags. With the cooler weather, hoping to get ahead on that and hopefully start selling some more bags after that warm stretch we've had of 100-degree days. So looks like that's hopefully behind us. Gonna have right now in Indiana that fool's fall. Hopefully it kind of lasts a little bit longer, but we'll have some more warm days, but take advantage of the cool while we got it. So get ahead on some of this wood stuff and try to take advantage of these cool days while we have them. And also probably just do this as a standalone update video on wood. Done several videos of putting this stuff on the rack, from the rack to the tote, in the tote to the splitter. I did one of those, I don't know, a month or two ago. I think it's in the cycle to come out, or has come out by the time this video comes out anyway. So I won't do one of those today, just because I've kind of done them fairly recently. So I don't know, maybe whenever we get fall, some beautiful fall colors instead of just all the greenery, may try to do something like that again, and um, at least have kind of split it up a little bit. So as long as we keep the sawmill going, I'll keep the firewood coming. So we'll have a full breakdown of doing this again later. Um, but for now, this will be a standalone video. So um, thanks for watching the update. Go back and look at future videos if you want to see more in detail of putting the firewood, getting them the length, putting them on the splitter. So go back and check out those past videos if you're curious about that. And then I have lots of videos of the sawmill going if you want to check those out too. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. We'll catch you next time.